Welcome. You belong to be here. I hope you learned something useful and beneficial to your life. I'm here to give you advice on how to handle and work with things called life. It's your boy Coach Crowder, y'all, back with another fantastic lesson. The humble beginnings that make us who we are some of our life's biggest blessings. The reason why poverty, humble beginnings make us who we are. They make us who we are, y'all, because they teach you how to handle adversity. Adversity, what is that? By definition, it means something coming against you, something stopping you, something changing your course, or making your path more tough. People from humble beginnings, structured backgrounds, harsh parents are taught how to handle things that do not go their way early on. Because we know that it takes the person inside to figure these things out. I fear for the adult now who has never had no harsh lesson. Think about rich kids mostly, y'all. They usually end up drug addicts. They usually end up with problems because they never handle the tough things in life that hit you early. When you have to handle from humble beginnings, you have to know how to work with less. You have to know how to work with stress. You have to learn how to physically and mentally figure out how you get past these points or these emphasis. Did you know that 80% of millionaires come from homes where they receive zero inheritance? Did you also know that no matter what your struggle or your background is, you have to figure it out no matter what? The lack thereof creates that dog in you. When I say that dog, that means that it creates a bit of bite, grit, tenacity, focus, understanding, want, and hunger for more. You can't recreate that. Nobody can be taught how to work hard. It must be given to you from lacking thereof. What has humble beginnings taught me? When I say humble beginnings, y'all, that means I made it through the struggle. I grinded out that gutter. My parents gave me love, y'all, but they couldn't afford to give me nothing else. Humble beginnings taught me how to figure out how to get there and how to get home. Humble beginnings made me find my own version of happiness. My parents were never rich. They never had money. But what they did was make me figure out what things I needed to love me. They made me figure out how to communicate emotionally to figure out what love is, and how do I find my own version of it. My parents didn't shelter me. They didn't say, hey, we want you to know that we love you, and our love will masquerade as something else. My parents taught me that, no, you got to figure out your own problems. If you got a problem with the teacher, you talk to him in a respectful way. Guess what? I'm going to always take the teacher's side, son, because you're a child. And stay in the child's place. We don't go against our adults. Learn how to be humble and listen to what we tell you. What it taught me was that when you work for things, you can't teach the work ethic. You can't cheat the work ethic. If somebody's working, y'all, it will be shown. You cannot recreate learning and putting in the work on your own. The knowledgeable people that you meet have worked in the dark while the others choose to play and have fun. I want you to know that your humble beginnings should be embraced. You should smile at them. Celebrate your scars that you have on your wrists. Celebrate your moments where you had to catch the bus, no matter if it was a Greyhound or you had to eat that ramen noodles for a week. It is where you come from. Your final steps in the process is that when you can celebrate your humble beginnings, you are in a version where you are fully formed. When you learn how to celebrate your actions, when you learn how to celebrate your repercussions, nothing in life can tend to affect you. Mentally, you will regain a sharpness that is so crisp. When you have your routines down packed, when you work, read, put in the gym hours, and reflect, it's be sweet on this side, y'all. Because when you struggling, it hurts. Trust me, I never liked riding that Greyhound bus, y'all. You know how many times I would try to take a nap on a Greyhound bus and somebody would try to talk to me? Whew, I don't miss those moments for nothing. But I think back and reflect upon them. Because without those struggle moments, how will I know what I've overcome? Nobody can teach you a story. Nobody can make you relatable. Guess what? Everybody goes to college. Everybody has the skills. But the people who are long lasting have the EQ, the emotional intelligence. Can you go on your tool shed and speak life? Can you go on your tool shed and be able to provide guidance? Remember, reflect and celebrate your scars, especially your humble beginnings. If you were depressed, talk about it. If you were a child of a divorcee, make sure you discuss it. Make yourself relatable. People love the struggle stories. Coach Crowder wants you to dig deep into yourself, y'all. I'm not asking you to be anything but the best version of you. And when you become the best version of you, you learn how to tolerate different things. So as I close my message, the humble beginnings truly make us the best version of us. You cannot skip the struggle. You cannot buy the struggle experience. Either that grit is inside of you or it's not. There is no way to recreate it, buy it, purchase it, skip the line, transform it. The biggest thing I will give you is why don't rich kids prosper as much as kids that come from humble beginnings do. Let me say it again. Why don't rich kids prosper as much as kids who come from humble beginnings do? Use this lesson. All of this is free. Do me a favor though. Give it to somebody who's in the situation or coming from it. The only thing I ask you to do, repay me, is to subscribe to the channel and be the best version of you. It's your boy, Coach Crowder, checking out. Peace.